Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
On today's episode, we are discussing Hope Valley episode 6, which is currently available to stream on Hallmark Plus. By the way, we have a whole website full of Hallmark content, girlsgonehallmark.com. There are movie guides, actor rundowns. If you've never poked around over there, check it out.
Hey, if you want to email us your thoughts on Hope Valley or any other Hallmark movies, content, headlines, whatever, you can reach us at hello@girlsgonehallmark.com.
All of that is always linked in our show notes, which is available in whatever podcast app you are currently listening to this episode in.
I have a question for you. How many episodes are there total of Hope Valley?
8.
8? Oh, I thought we were going to be at 10. Oh, okay. Two more episodes.
2 more to go.
Okay. Well, this episode did really tee it up for the...
I think so, too.
For the ending.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Are you ready for a synopsis?
Hit me.
Hope Valley, episode 6, Common Ground. Rebecca avoids grieving her late husband on his birthday by throwing herself into work on the boarding house. Alexander mediates rising tensions between Tom and Doyle.
We have a full list of news and notes about this series in our complete show notes, which are available, you guessed it, at girlsgonehallmark.com. Let's talk first impressions. What did you think of this episode of Hope Valley, 1874?
I don't even know what happened in this episode because I blacked out when Tom put Rebecca in her muddy boots on her brand new couch.
Did you see that?
I literally was like, oh, no. You know me. I'm like such a freak about that kind of stuff.
My first impression is we all knew that Rebecca couldn't keep up this pace, but I was still sad to see her finally fall apart.
Yeah.
Let's talk what we liked.
I thought there was one really important storyline in this episode. And it's Rebecca's grief finally gets the space it deserves. And then Rebecca and Sarah have this really nice moment at the end. Mm-hmm. Lovely. So that's where a majority of my likes are at. So we learn that Jim dies of
pleurisy.
That's it. I was like, wait, what was it? And they leave basically like weeks after his death. So
right.
There's no time to grieve. Think about we were talking about on the way home and how Dell was like in like years dealing with grief over
decades.
Jacob. And yes. And so then we have like Rebecca, who's just like fearful of Jim's family and feels like she's got to go, right? While I still need a little bit more clarity on that, I'm going to talk about it in my wishes. But, she just hits the open road. And surviving out on this,
Right? Packed up a wagon.
Yeah, she's just like shoving all this stuff down. And I find it very relatable, to be honest.
Well, she just had to get it done, right?
I mean, and I think that's a lot, as a woman. I remember when my mom died, my daughter was in the 4th grade and I was like the class parent and it was like a very busy time of school. And I was there at school doing something the next day after my mom died. And one of my friends had told the teacher and the teacher came over and told me, she's like, what are you doing here? And I was like, there's stuff to be done. I'm responsible for things. And she's like, I totally get it. She's like, sometimes we just have to like put things aside, put your head down to get things done. And I wonder if that's like, do you think that's like a thing women do?
Yeah. I think, would my husband do the same thing? I don't know. I think my husband is less likely to cancel something because of emotions.
Yeah, same. My husband's the same way.
He's not gonna be like, I need to be home and be sad about this. Mm-hmm. But he wouldn't, I think, feel an obligation to do it. I think that would be the difference. Mm-hmm. He wouldn't be like, well, they're counting on me, I got to show up. If he had another thing going on, he would not even think twice about it.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a women thing probably.
So I just thought it was a really interesting take.
Well, and the thing I really loved about this, I thought that the final resolution with Rebecca and Sarah was really lovely. That their connection at the end and the way they finally honor him was touching. I loved that Hattie didn't let go. Mm-hmm. In the beginning of the episode, she clocks that something's going on with Rebecca. And she's been aware. She's been such a good friend to Rebecca. And Rebecca blows her off. And Hattie doesn't let it go. And not only is she a good friend to Rebecca, but she's good to her by listening to Sarah too.
Yes.
And she hears what's going on with Sarah, and she takes it to Rebecca in not an accusatory way, in such a kind, loving, look, I'm a mom who lost her husband, who was raising a daughter. I get it. But also I think there's things that you're not seeing. And it's so like you couldn't have done it better. She moved her forward in just this incredibly loving and strong way. Look, the women are the heart of this show. And I really like that.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
So do I. I know last week I was like, oh, this episode's kind of boring. I do really enjoy this show. And especially when we dig deeper into these dynamics between the women. I mean, Hattie MVP, 100%.
Yeah. Not an action-packed show. I mean, this is very much a comforting show to watch. It's not like The Count of Monte Cristo where you're like on the edge of your seat the entire time.
Right. Yeah, I love that scene where like Hattie overhears Olivia and Sarah and she's learning all this stuff. And I think and then is relating it back to her experience. Yeah. And then just, oh, Rebecca, let me show you this spot. This is where I come. And like when I grieve, and it's okay to like relive the memories and find the good stuff that you guys did have together and share those things with your kid or whatever. I just thought was so good. So good. Let's talk about the land dispute.
Oh my gosh. I loved it.
I thought it was very interesting.
Finally, the constable gets something to do, A.
Yes.
And B, I liked the meeting. It was very fun to watch. Everyone getting all heated. And I like the resolution. It makes perfect sense to me. Uh-oh.
Let me think through this now. I agree it makes perfect sense. But Doyle does have a point. He did file first.
But Tom had been ranching that land for a long time. Prior to now, they didn't need a land grant. You just kind of claimed it. I mean, is Tom a squatter, I guess, in that case? I don't know. I think for Doyle to show up and be like, well, I'm here. I'm going to use it now. And I asked for it first. Finders keepers? I don't know.
Yeah.
And he grants him an easement so he can cross the ranch land.
Oh, Tom did not like that decision. I was like, Tom, don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah,
like
you won.
You won.
My favorite thing about that scene, though, is at the very end where Doyle's like, I'm going to your superior. And
I'm going to talk to your manager about this.
And I think he says, on a fast horse, it'll take you a week to reach him, but be my guest.
Yeah, I was like, how is Doyle going to get there?
He's like, GTFO, man, you're never going to do that. Like, go talk to him.
How did Doyle dam the creek? One man all by himself dammed the creek?
I mean, the creek's not that wide. It's just tossing some wood in there.
I guess.
He's not building a Hoover Dam.
I know. We live in Orange County. There's not like a ton of creeks.
There is not. That's true.
I liked all that. I mean, it's a real pissing contest between Tom and Doyle.
Yeah.
And it was kind of interesting because twice there were two examples where Nash was like, hey, Tom, do you want help with like confronting Doyle? And Tom's like, no, I got it myself. I was like, why? First of all, Nash is like, ride or die, dude. Like, he's like, you know what I mean? Yes. You've seen those movies where it's like, come on, let's go knock some heads in or whatever.
I have some thoughts about that.
But Tom's like, no, I got it myself. You mind these ranch hands. I mean, did they flood that plot of land?
Like production?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was moppy.
Very.
Muddy.
Yeah, they're out there with a hose?
Maybe.
Uh-huh.
I was just curious.
Or maybe they just got a ton of rain and they're like, oh, film it now.
Totally. I mean, I liked all that, but I do think what I thought was really funny was like Alexander, the constable, like practicing, like,
yes.
There's not a ton of comic relief in this.
No.
In this show. And so when it has these little moments, it did make me laugh out loud when he's like practicing, like, he's like, oh, I got to be basically judge and jury. Like, that's his
ultimately
role.
Rebecca's the one who steps in and she's like makes them like simmer down.
Oh, that was so funny when they were all heated and she's like, hey, listen. She was like, ready to hand some ass to these people. She's like, you're not going to mess up my brand new table in my boarding house.
We're like, sorry, ma'am.
Yeah, I thought that was great. And I did like that both sides brought interested parties.
Yeah.
And,
They had their teams.
It was really good. The one last thing I really liked was the Rachel and Lars storyline here. Pure sweetness. Pure sweetness. When Rachel's like, oh, I can make bread. And she's asking for like food in exchange. Like, I'm like, that's got to be some hard living. Mm-hmm. And I was so happy when Lars found his little nugget of gold, but it was only worth $10.
Oh my God. When I was like, he found it. And I felt it in my soul and it wasn't as much as he wanted.
Yeah, I was bummed.
That scene really got me, especially when Hattie and Olivia are saying goodbye to them.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no. And I thought they surely can't be leaving. But I loved the solution and it makes a lot of sense for everybody. And Rebecca can finally focus a little more and hand off the mess tent. I love that.
Yeah, I'm glad that she had some realization here. Like, she can't do everything.
No, she needs to pull back a little bit. I have a couple little likes. We do see Rebecca and Tom growing ever so slightly closer. Again, it's an incredibly slow burn, but she continues to confide in him about her fears about Constable Vaughn, and in a much less guarded way than she has. Like, the dam has opened, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And so now that he knows, and I like how he says, suspicion breeds suspicion. Try not to give him something to worry about.
Yeah, be chill.
Be cool. Don't be uncool.
Right.
Finally, I enjoyed the final scene, the reveal of the big fancy house and the woman who we assume is Rebecca's former mother-in-law.
Yes.
Reading the newspaper where the drawing of Rebecca and Sarah appeared. And I do have
That's your fault, Olivia.
I do have a voicemail to play about that.
I am the last person, as you know, to put on a show or say that's not believable, that would never happen, because I watch these movies as a escape from reality, and I know this would never happen, but I know that's going to end happily ever after. However, I have an issue with the last episode of Hope Valley. I have watched one called The Heart from season 1. I like the storyline. Yes, the wolf was a bit out there, but that was also reminiscent of a Little House episode, Sam called. However, my gripe is with the last episode and the final scene where when I assume it's her mother-in-law opens the Chicago paper and sees the drawing of her and her daughter making a meal. Now, if Rebecca is still concerned about hiding and not having anyone know where they are, constantly keeping a secret about her past, about where she's from, why on God's green earth would she let someone who is drawing pictures for the newspaper draw a picture of her and her daughter? That would be the last thing you would see. That's like in today's times, that'd be saying like putting a picture on social media and saying that's where she lived. So like, they do not understand why. Aside from the fact of it's a cliffhanger, and now it brings in the in-laws into the storyline, but if you're still protecting your daughter, you would never let anyone sketch you and your daughter knowing that it was going to be put out in the papers as marketing.
I think that's a fair take, but also Rebecca's busy. Does she actually know that that picture was sketched of them?
That's what I was wondering, A. And B, I think sometimes you're so living minute to minute that you don't have the foresight necessarily to think about the consequences of your action. You can't imagine that something is going to have the reach that it's going to have. Mm-hmm. I agree. We should have seen that one coming, I guess.
I didn't see it come in.
I didn't either.
I mean, kudos to Olivia for drawing, such likeness.
Right?
That the mother-in-law is like, she recognizes
That's
my daughter-in-law and my granddaughter who've been gone for who knows how long.
Right? I completely forgot to tell you that one of my likes was the boarding house is finally coming together.
Finally.
And it looks good.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about it in my Did You See That?
Okay, let's take a quick break and we're going to come back with our wishes. I only have a few wishes about this episode.
Same.
If I can start, because I want to reference what you said, Nash is like ride or die, ready to knock heads. Benjamin Ayres. I love this man. I love him as an actor. He's not a bad cop. He's not a bad guy. And there's a moment where he basically growls. It's coming from the stream. Like when he realizes, he's like, it's coming from the stream. And I was like, oh,
do it again.
I'm not going to do it again. You sweet, sweet man, right?
You sweet, sweet man who drinks his smoothie out of the blender when we talk to you.
All out of love. Truly, my first favorite Hallmark actor, from the beginning, was Benjamin Ayres.
Yeah.
I was an Ayres head before you were. Mm-hmm. It's not a real wish, but I do think that Nash should be in the role of bad cop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because when Nash is like, well, get him. I can. Now, Nash is a sweet guy in the show, but I can believe that he has that darker side.
Nash also has like a busted leg right now still, though.
No, I understand why he can't be.
Yeah.
But also, all Tom does is go throw some words at the guy. He doesn't actually throw hands.
I wondered if Ben Ayres is actually riding the horse in this show. Oh, we see him like riding away, and it's only like a back of him at some point.
We've seen him on a horse from the front. Like he and Olivia go for a.
Oh yeah, Olivia.
He and Rebecca go for a ride. We've seen him riding horses.
Was he actually on that horse when he was trying to like break that horse or whatever? Which
he got bucked off.
Don't really like.
I mean, I'm imagining that Benjamin Ayres didn't actually get bucked off of that stallion, but. He's definitely riding a horse.
Okay.
Can you imagine? They're like, we want you for this show. And he's like, yeah, I can't ride a horse. And they're like, that's all right. I'll make it work.
Well, that would be me if I ever got hired. Wendy, we need you to ride a horse. I'd be like, I'm scared of those big animals. Can't do it. Sorry. Bye.
Are you really?
Yeah. Huh. The animal would kill me.
No. I used to go to horseback riding camp.
I know you have, but you don't think a horse could kill you?
Sure, I think it could.
That's scary. They scare me.
Okay. They are bigger than you. It's reasonable.
Bite my hand off if I'm trying to feed it.
Their teeth are flat.
It still would hurt.
It might hurt, but it would not remove your hand.
I'll stick to...
Horses are herbivores.
I don't think it's going to eat me.
Just hay and apples.
Stomping on me.
That's why you feed a horse with an open hand.
I know. I think I have PTSD. I don't know. Okay.
Exposure therapy. We're going to go to Ireland. We're going to stay at Adair Manor, and I'm going to take you. Actually, no, because English writing sucks.
Okay.
We went horseback riding in Ireland with my daughter.
Uh-huh.
And I've only ridden Western because I'm from here, and we had to ride English. And y'all, I don't know how people are doing that.
I don't know what the difference is, but I think you and I should go to like a dude ranch for like a getaway.
Please, can we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh my gosh, I would love that. The difference is that English writing is a lot harder. It's a lot more physically involved. You're basically using your quads the entire time. I don't know how y'all do it. Moving on.
Okay.
What other wishes do you have?
It's a tiny wish, and it has to do with Rebecca's backstory. I know we're getting there. I just need to know why she's so afraid.
Well, we know the answer. She thinks her in-laws are going to come.
They're not going. You can't. They can't.
Well, she thinks anybody can be bought.
Yeah, I don't like. That's not. Those stakes are not rich enough for me.
Oh, you think there's something else? Or you want there to be something else?
I kind of want there to be something else.
Yeah, I suspect that there's not, but...
Then what happens in season 2?
People have a lot of unreasonable fears. Yeah, but it's okay that in season 2, she's no longer afraid. They find another conflict.
What other tension? What conflict? Let's workshop this.
I don't know. Life on the frontier's hard. Someone's having a bad day from sleeping on that hay mattress.
Oh,
I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it.
Oh my gosh. That's really my only wish. I am glad that I have Rebecca doing too much storyline continues. I am finally, hopefully we put a pin in that.
Yeah, I think so. I have 2 little wishes. I know beggars can't be choosers, and I love seeing the boarding house come together, but I would really have loved to see a montage of the renovations.
Agree.
And finally, we need a longing look count on this series between Alexander Clayton and Olivia.
I can't. It drives me crazy. Oh, Alexander. Oh, Clayton. Oh,
and just the way the guys, like every time she connects with the other one and they're just standing there like...
They shoot daggers at each other. Well, Clayton was shooting daggers at Alexander.
No, I know. It's giving Brady and Elliot.
A little bit.
Let's talk. Did you see that?
I talked about it in my first impression. Mm-hmm. Rebecca faints outside. Tom grabs her. He does get a little bit of her bootay in the catch. Not that big of a deal. I mean, he also
caresses her face.
Yes. But I'm telling you, like, they all just moved in all this brand new furniture, and the woman has been, these shoes are not clean. Her clothes are not clean.
No.
And the couch is white.
Well, not only does he lay her on the white couch, did you see that say, white sofas on the frontier seems like a terrible idea. You need a pattern and a darkly colored one at that because there's no indoor plumbing. These people aren't showering daily. They're filthy.
I know.
And you're building a boarding house for prospectors who work outside all day long?
Yes.
These white sofas are not long for this world.
Yes.
Unless they put plastic on them.
Yes. To piggyback off of that, when she like kind of awakes and we see the POV of like looking up at Tom over her, I was like, well, hello there, Tom. I mean, that's something nice to wake up to.
I feel like you blew past too quickly the face caress.
I don't really remember it.
Oh, when he catches her, he's like holding her. When he first catches her, he's holding her in his left hand, and his like right face like touches her right hand touches her face.
For me, he had a glove on, right? I remember he had a glove on.
Don't remember, but it's the new hair tuck for me. It was very sweet. What else did you see?
We have another horseless wagon moment.
Oh.
No, I'm never not going to notice it now.
I didn't notice. Is it Olivia and Sarah again?
Whoa. It's Rebecca and Sarah.
Thank you.
Whoa. I would feel so stupid saying like, whoa.
To nothing.
To the PA.
To the machine bumping my wagon up.
Oh my gosh.
If you are the PA who is responsible for making the wagon look like it's bumping over a road drawn by a horse, please email us hello@girlsgonehallmark.com.
We'll keep you anonymous. We need to know all the details. Please, we're begging you. We're begging you. The boarding house looks damn good. The outside, it's like light blue.
Uh-huh.
Did Rebecca do all that? Like she put all new shingles on it. I don't know if they were called shingles back then, but like, you know what I mean?
The walls have molding on the inside, decorative molding.
I'm like,
it looks better than my house.
What's the time frame here?
I don't know, but it looks great.
Yeah, I was happy like Sarah got her, like, I know it's not Sarah's room, it's their shared room, but like she was like so excited. Gosh. I recently posted on my personal Instagram that I'm this old because do you remember those like plastic hand puppet things you used to get from McDonald's Happy Meals?
I don't.
You don't? It was like Ronald McDonald.
I had like one on each finger?
No, it was like a plastic glove. You would just put on your hand.
I do not.
And like,
I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this.
I'm just saying, like, I was a child that would get excited about that kind of stuff. So I would probably like Sarah too. Like, I got a new room. And like, these are things that are so exciting.
Well, they've been Yes, of course. I mean, she hasn't had a room. They haven't had a space. I would have been excited too. Anybody, I think, would have in that moment.
Yeah.
Where's Phoebe been? She's finally back and she's on Tom's side in the battle for the land grant. But I was just thinking at the beginning of this episode, we haven't seen Phoebe, the bee lady, in a long time. And here she is. Maybe we'll get more of her. Maybe she's a season two conflictor. Finally, I mentioned it earlier, the hay mattresses, once again, just roll me into the stream and leave me for dead.
There was a big hole in that too. Did you see that?
I did not.
I was like, ugh. Hey.
Jenny and I will bring over the mattresses we made. I mean, I guess it makes sense. They're not bringing in bed frames. Although I did think the furniture was quite nice. And I thought, where did she get all this money? Because it was beautiful furniture that they brought in.
I don't know. But I like that she's established herself as like a woman of her word. And so like,
it's like, no big deal.
Yeah, that was cool. The scene where Ginny and Sarah bring in the hay mattress and they're like fumbling it. These two children trying to carry it. And Tom runs over. He's like, woo, do it. It felt very improv. You know, I was like, oh, Ben Ayers. He's a dad too. He knows. I just was cute. I actually really like this show.
Me too.
I'm excited to see what season 2 is going to hold because I feel like I can see what's coming with the next 2 episodes.
Sure. I think we're going to wrap up this fear of the in-laws.
And I'm going to need Hattie to get a love interest.
Yeah.
Right? She deserves a second chance at love.
Could it be Vince?
No.
Oh, no?
Maybe, but no. It's going to be...
We got to bring in a new character.
It's going to be some... Yeah. Ooh. Hold on.
Wait, I know who it is.
Let's workshop this. Yes.
Do you remember in the first episode we see like the leader of the constables? The commander?
Yes.
That guy?
Yeah, with the blue eyes, who's like an actual actor who's been on like, I don't know, Brilliant Minds or CSI or something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Oh, because Alexander's using the boarding house as base camp, and then like the head guy is going to come
check on him and see how things are going.
And him, we're going to little bonka chicka bow. Yes, on those hay mattresses, baby. In scene.
Maybe not that way, though. Maybe not. But I think he's coming. I think Commander Constable's... I really don't know when this became that podcast.
It's only these episodes. It's only Poke Valley that we just turned 12 years old.
Okay. Don't take me down with your ship.
Send your hate emails to hello@girlsgonehallmark.com. Subject, Wendy, you're an idiot.
No. Hey, thanks for listening to this episode of Girls Gone Hallmark. If you love these episodes, do us a favor. Drop us a 5-star rating in the podcast app that you are currently listening in. And we'll be back next time with more reviews. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.